Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight you join us for Boise State's CVAL adventure as they are in their second match of the season. Started out a little bit earlier this week with a win against Langara. Now they go up against Utah State in Valorant. We also have a little bit of Rocket League maybe on the side too that we'll jump to because we have very important matches in the RLCS. But right now, let's focus on CVAL, and to do that, I got my co-hosts here, Dallin Starnes. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer. And Dallin, we were talking a little bit about earlier today about just some fresh changes that have kind of spiced up Valorant here and there. What do you got for us?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the first, I think the big change that has happened recently is on Bind specifically, where they've reopened up the hall that's been closed for however long. I think it's been like a year now. They decided to reopen it back up, basically change it back to how it was before. And then the other change that they made has been heavily contested, and that revolves around Sky and about how Sky's flashes are no longer renewable. She only has 2 now, and you can't fake them anymore. If it reaches the end of its runtime, it will flash, regardless or not if you decided to choose for it to flash. I don't know.
Sounds like a little bit of less flexibility. We'll see how well the Broncos can adapt to everything as they're ready to go up against Utah State. And we saw some interesting map choices. Last match against Langara, we saw Sunset be the first stage. I know you were going to love hearing that.
Don't even get me started. I don't know. Me and Sunset have a difficult relationship, so it's very interesting to see that they decided to go with that as the first stage.
Well, we were kind of speculating that it might have been a Langara pick trying to catch Boise State. But the Broncos adapted well. They took the match overall 2-0 in very convincing fashion. Do you think that they will go for Bind, considering that it has had a few changes in this matchup, or will they go for some old favorites like what we're seeing right now, Lotus? Well, we know we're going to go for Lotus, but maybe a little bit later on in the match.
Lotus has had a couple of changes recently with the 8.0 change, where now B site has been extended out as well as the C site. So kind of give defense a little bit more room to hold on to the site. It's been very difficult. Oh, I'm seeing a Neon. Big fan of that.
Yep, Skelesis, looking at his play record, Neon is one of his most played agents, has the largest win record so far this episode.
Respect it. Mad respect.
Yeah, he's over 50 with that Neon, so if it's a comfort pick and one that can pay dividends, then we'll certainly go for it. Meanwhile, for Utah State, we're seeing an Echo be hovered over, which always seems to be a fan favorite.
Gecko on this map is pretty interesting. I think this is definitely one of his better maps. There's a lot of things that you can do specifically with his ult on C site that can just clear it out instantly. You can go all the way around, kind of like, like a NASCAR loop, just check everything and then bring it all the way back.
Choose
if you don't
your
see anyone.
agent.
It's super good for clearing sites on this map specifically. So I'm not too surprised on seeing that. I'm kind of honestly a little surprised to see the decision to choose 2 smokes on both sides. I was not expecting that, but I'm totally down for it. I think that's really cool.
Well, we have seen overall a general trend to wanting to go over toward the two controller build. Especially because you've got Viper and just the flexibility she offers, kind of straddling that line between the controller and the Sentinel.
Right. And the one other thing that I did notice is that even though Sky has been pretty nerfed, still not enough for Boise State to decide, nah, I don't want to use her anymore. I did see a Sky. I'm not sure who it was, but there is a Sky in play, as per usual.
Well, even if the flashes aren't as flexible as they used to be, it is still it's still hard to argue with just the utility, one, that the healing brings to you, and 2, all the info that you can get off the Seekers. It's still an overall really good kit.
The absolute info gathering ability that Sky has almost over almost anyone else is kind of insane. So it's not too surprising to see that this was coming. So I mean, the fact that now she is only restricted to having 2 flashes, I think was a fair change.
Well, let's get down to the races. Boise State starting things off on the attack. Utah State will move to defense, and here we go. Boise State trying to open things up onto A. Pretty split up. Might try to go through C, although there's a bit of a traffic jam up near Mound, so Boise State might just want to wait that one out. Or just rotate over to get the full push onto A. They place the smokes down and they're ready to go. Skelis is getting ready with the run, checking all of his angles. Looks to the left, a look to the right. Utah State, I was about to say, was ducking out at just the right time. Kind of tries to rush Utah State. It's going to be a one-for-one trade, though, and Boise State claims the point.
Fortunately, that Neon Dash did not just slide against the wall. Sliding against the wall is always like, it feels like a 50-50 on whether it actually will slide you along with the wall or if it's just going to like stop you as you slide against it. We are going to see 2 flanking here. Not too surprising for an opening. Wow. They're gone.
Yeah, Boise State, especially in the last match that they had earlier this week, they are really adept at just trying to pick out flank routes.
One enemy remaining.
Damio picks up one. There's only one left to end it, and Boise State will get the win. Go up to 1-0. Start of a first step in a very long journey. Things are looking good.
I just like they just disappeared. As quick as that flank began, it ended. I'm surprised that they had people just prepared for every single angle that quickly and easily. It made it look like it was absolutely nothing to deal with.
Talk about confidence. If my eyes don't deceive me, we are seeing 3 Vandals be brought out already on round 2.
Just a little bit much, but you know what? I respect it.
Well, hey, if they get a clean win here, then that's going to be one heck of a bonus that they can go into. And considering the route that they're thinking of hovering over right now, things are pretty open on Mound. They only have to contest with that Omen hanging out their waterfall, but overall, this would be a really good push.
They've got 4 people all hiding in B link, just waiting for them to push A, but that is not where Boise State is deciding to push. With like full control of C, now it just becomes a race to who can take control of the site first, and it seems like Boise State is going to win that.
That's right, waiting for the reinforcements to come up to try to push on towards C. Boise State keeping an eye on all of the possible entrances, waiting for the push through waterfall, through the smoke. They try to throw it out, go charging in. Sprite picks up one, Skelis will answer it back. Hunt making it overall one-person advantage for Utah State. State, though, going into post-plant to try to hold this spike for the rest of the round.
Break the shield, so now it's just got to become a straight gunfight. And given at the beginning we saw the gun differential, that's not too surprising to see how it ended. There's not much utility that they could have had to protect it there at that point. So, I mean, hey, being able to take 2, I think that's a fair enough eco for the side of Utah State.
Taking 3, actually.
3?
Yeah, Boise State only takes 2 of the Vandals that they bought into this bonus. So, yeah, all things considered, that was actually a pretty good round for Utah State. And just considering the win condition of what every single round is, and you got to thank Sprite for that, heading up the KDA 3-2 early on in the proceedings, but already starting to chip in. Wall will be pushed out by Harbor, forcing Skelis to move all the way around Rubble.
Kind of giving them the option to move around Rebel without taking a fight.
Ooh, gets a little bit of a peek onto Hunt. Move over, check the corner. Smoke goes down. Another wall comes out from Harbor. Waiting for coordination for the team to push through. Boise State now surrounding Utah State onto A. And Hunt gets a nice headshot onto Skelis. Master swings around the corner, lands the shot. Will be able to steal the rifle. Ariana also gets one onto Sprite, but Utah State is not letting this go easy. It's 3 apiece, and the spike's just planted.
Well, with 2 on B, it's not looking too great. Boise State's holding one from stairs, 2 on site directly, so it's kind of leaving their flank open. Fortunately, they kind of recognize that, no, there is no flank, so now it's just a matter of playing for the bomb.
Last player standing.
2v2 becomes 2v1, but they can't find this Viper.
Hear the defuse swing around the corner. One shot lands it! What a flick! And Boise State goes 3-0 in the clutch from Ariana.
Wow. They almost had that too, because if you notice there at the very end, Gecko decided to put his wingman down while Sky was on the bomb. So if by chance Sky did go down, wingman would immediately pick it up and then start sticking it instead, which I've never seen that before. I think that's a really interesting strategy. All right, Sky Chamber. Bleh.
I'm still shocked at how well that worked out for the Broncos.
Very impressive spray transfer. We got a 5-man rush, all coming down.
Walk right into the smoke, and you see what Utah State has for you. Though Prestige and Skelesis cleaning things up a bit on C, pushes Boise State to a 1 advantage. Plant will go down. 2 coming through, 1 coming through spawn.
Boise State just holding, don't want to take up too much space. Find the raise though.
Nice double peek onto there. Now it's just 2 left to go through the smoke. Want to try to coordinate it with Util, and Prestige has it locked down. Just 1 left. Boise State will go 4-0. Master picks it up. Boise State still undefeated so far.
I mean, what else is there to add? I mean, at that point, late into the game, in terms of flashes, I mean, they have Gecko, but there's, I mean, without that, it's going to be super difficult to retake these sites. Given the ult options here, it's going to be a lot more of a protect the site rather than try to retake it kind of game on defense. Oh, wow. All 5 prepping for A.
Prepping for A, and also everyone has Vandals on top of that. It's going to be an intense match. Damio with a teleport in is going to stay on.
No!
How did he survive through that reload? Still manages to pull it out. Trying to clear out B. Boise State adding on to the elimination train. Master and Skelesis. 2 left for Utah State, and Smoot has been quite a thorn in Boise State's side. Picks up a double. Can he land a triple? No! Skelesis locks it down. Utah State now just down to Hunt. Go in for the plant. Satchel thrown out through the wall, just trying to gather some sort of information. Maybe go for a save, or maybe just a 1 exit frag and then be happy with that, because this is tough. So many cross angles and no opportunities whatsoever. Skelesis picks up a triple. Boise State goes 5-0.
Wow. I need to see that again. That was so insane. I don't know how he got away with that. That should not have happened, but somehow he lived to tell the tale, at least for a little bit longer. Then he did get taken out. But man, and not even to mention Smoot getting that collab there. That was also very impressive.
He's been the one to keep Utah State in the running. A lot of these rounds, even though Boise State's at 5-0, Utah State has been managing to whittle down, or at least take a chip off of Boise State every single round. Skelesis moving around Mound, trying to spot anything through the one-way. Doesn't see it. There's a wall up there just protecting that Omen. Another smoke placed down. State also sent out a bit of a scouting party onto A. Like maybe if they can get 1 onto the harbor. Jump peek is going to bait out the shots of Boise State. Nicely laid trap as Hunt collects. Master will even it up, a 1-1 trade.
That was an evil double peek there. Well, now with 2 holding down A, 1 from stairs, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy for Boise State to decide, yeah, we can just push this site. We're not too worried about that.
Oh, spots the head of Smooty. And considering what he can do, that is a very key pick. Also has this tour to 4, shut down by Master. Master actually has a quad. Can he make it into a full ace? Daniel's moving around, trying to keep Sprite at bay as Master moves in. Boise State wanting that nice, shiny 5-piece. Moving in, trying to get it, and Damio loses it. But Master gets the ace. It was all according to plan just to get it.
Some sacrifices had to be made for the greater good. And especially in the case of knowing that Omen does have a stinger, it's going to be so easy to push him once he runs out of ammo. I mean, you can see it here now. He uses all of it just on Daimyo here. Left with nothing. Easy ace.
Not only bragging rights, but it brings the Killjoy online. Boise State having 3 ultimates, Utah State having 4. Round could get a bit noisy in that department. Boise State is already bringing out their first one onto Skelesis. They just rush on to B. A lot of possession really fast.
Oh, they're
Or
going.
it was just a
They're going. Never
they
mind.
weren't even planning B. They were going to go to C via waterfall, catching us and Utah State completely off guard.
They're just taking the scenic.
Yeah, I was about to say the scenic route.
And with the ult down, Viper ult down, this is going to be very difficult to retake.
They've also, placed Viper's pit down, making it very difficult to push through, but Utah State is still trying to move through that corridor. They got 2 in there. Will these be spotted out? No! Wariana is taken out by Smoot, and the Viper's pit drops.
Wow.
Boise State down to 1 as Utah State moves in. Master gets 1, but isn't able to go up against the sheer number advantage. Utah State will go for the defuse and get their first win.
That went by so fast. I don't know how they managed it. That was.
You got it. Once again, it's Smoot. It's this Chamber who is just making these great plays. I mean, daring going through that route, even though it's been Viper pit off, finding Rariana in the mist. Completely cleared things out for Utah State.
Well, now with the score up to 1-6, it's definitely still anyone's game. Everyone's going to be buying up here as much as they possibly can.
Still very possible for this round to end with something like a 6-6 or a 7-5. We've seen plenty of teams manage to recover in the final 6-5 rounds of the first half. A lot of walls being placed up through A. Hunt tries to get some ground up near rubble. Rariana spots him out. Crosshair placement landed. Thrash goes out, picks up Rariana.
It's all up to you, Skelsis.
Question is, nice. Skellis is covering him while he's vulnerable. Team moves in, picks up 2. Boise State turning a Thrash into a fish fry, more like it.
Smoot's trying to get out of there, but it just can't be done. So now it's only up to Sprite Flow, and it's just over.
So you got the stun with the fish, but at what cost?
What cost? I mean, after Rariana got detained there, it just became like, I think Utah State got a little too greedy in just trying to take that pick down and just had everyone go in one by one by one to try and get that trade out, but they just couldn't do it because Skellis got some insane spray transfers there. Wow.
And Boise State has been pretty good when you think about just how well the crosshair placement is. They're landing those one-taps with the Vandals consistently. That last play kind of reminded me of what Utah State did a few rounds ago with the jump peek in Harbor, who was near A side, and then the swing out.
Yeah.
So it seems both teams are really capable of having that coordination to get those double peaks, or at least bait one team member out for an easy pick.
I think I've been like, I haven't really pointed out, but those harbor walls have been pretty insane for that retake, specifically on that round with the Viper wall, or the Viper ult. It did some mad work to get Utah State to be able to push that site. I think it's very underutilized. I'm very interested to see how this proceeds to go for the rest of defense and also on offense as well.
Well, Harbor's definitely been floating, no pun intended, out there in the meta. Not really been kind of a key pick. But Utah State, sometimes it is these players that bring out these picks. It's like they're not horrible picks. It's just used too often. But if you get a player who knows how to catch an opponent off guard, then these agents can sneak up on you.
I'm seeing 4 Utah State members all trying to push up C. It's going to be an absolute war.
Trade 1-for-1. Skellisis picks up a 2-piece.
Oh, but they don't see Sprite Float, who's able to get all behind using the TP.
That's a bit of a shock, too, because Boise State's really been so cognizant of the flank. They do fall to 1, and considering the fact that he only had a sheriff, I think he'd be pretty happy with just trading 1-for-1 in that regard.
Absolutely, and like, not even to mention, I don't know if you saw the economy that Utah State had running into this round, but like, I think the most that they had was like a sheriff and a light shield. So, I mean, going 3-2 here now, that's going to give Utah State the opportunity to take their guns from C and try and do a flank as fast as possible here, or they can just decide to save their guns. Either or.
Saving would at least guarantee, though, that Boise State goes up to 8, and I don't know if they want the score to start getting into that lopsided a territory. They're holding it down with crosshair placement, but the wide peek over completely catches Prestige off guard. Now Utah State is moving in, all things even keel. A nice grenade. Even Scalasis in the corner. They move through the door. Rariana has it locked down, but they move through so quickly. Can he keep up as the Showstopper's brought out? Catches Rariana. Utah State moving in for the defuse. Scalasis, though, has view on the board. Can he pick up the ace to get it for Boise State? He does, and Boise State goes 8-1.
Wow.
That is cinematic right there.
Cinematic. Yeah, that's the word to describe it. Man. Just the ability, I don't even know what else to say. I'm so amazed at Rariana's ability to just survive everything, that entire onslaught. Taking everyone out. At this point, I was a little scared. I thought, hey, maybe dial it back. Don't keep going for the fights, because if you lose this, you lose the round. But, hey.
And even though it ultimately went to the Broncos at the end, which you said like 10 seconds before all that craziness happened, Utah State had at best a Sheriff and a small shield. So things pretty good, all things considered, performance for that round. But Boise State overall staying on top, leading by 7. We head into the final few rounds of the first half. Majority of the Broncos seem to be coalescing around A. They pushed this successfully many a time, checking all the corners. Sure no one's hiding out behind there, and there's no one down hallway either, so Boise State now ready to move on to side. This Omen Smoke's going to keep him at bay for just a little bit.
Look at the Sprite float angle. Oh, about to walk right into that. It's going to be such a difficult off angle. Oh, but Viper gets away unscathed.
Killjoy placed out onto B, but it's more of a bait as Boise no, they're actually moving in, excuse me, toward A. The bait was onto A. They're moving to plant onto B. They get the spike planted down, but McWirt comes in, and Rariana, you were talking about Sprite Float working. And
Sprite Float in these off angles, he just had that Viper in the most insane game I've ever seen.
4-1 in favor of Utah State. They make a 1-1 trade. That'll be enough for them to pick up the round. You just have 2 left in the first half.
It's going to go up 1 into 2-8. And in terms of economy, I think everyone's going to be able to get a full buy here for the most part.
Boise State's won so many in a row.
Yeah.
And even though they took their first loss, in round 7. They still 1-2 after that, so they've got enough to purchase for this round and the next. This is the one time that Utah State arguably is going to really be able to match Boise State, even then they have to settle for one of those head taps.
Well, it's going to be a 5v3 here because 2 other Utah State members are going to be chilling a tree.
Nice swarm grenade.
Oh, and the ult pops out. Sees the Omen to the left. Oh, but gets caught off by Smoot, who's able to take 2, but then also gets taken out. So now left with a 2-3. Do have sights, though, so now it's just going to be a retake game. No ults, except for Omen, but just not going to be that usable here. So it's just going to be a pure gun game.
Oh, I thought I was lined up for a collateral, but Utah State is hanging in there. Gets it to a 1-1.
Oh, Harbor uses the ult.
Trying to take it. The spike is counting down. Is there enough time? Rariana hanging out around the corner is just going to stand steadfast in the face of that ult and get the round for the Broncos.
Wow. With that ult specifically, you can hear it. Like, I mean, not only does it stun them, but it also kind of gives you audio ping for where they are standing if they are in that radius. So I'm surprised that, man, I'm just surprised that that worked as well as it did. Given, like, I mean, you did hear that first ping, so I think that's kind of like all the information you needed to know that he was standing right there, but Rariana gets away. It's going to be 2-9 last round of the half. And it's just going to be another full C rush. Defense is going to be a little bit more spread out. And now once the trade has come out, it's just going to be left with Sprite Float fighting the site for himself. And he's able to get out. Oh, no, he did not get out. He gone. I was looking at the wrong omen.
Spike planted.
Kind of got a wild card with Smoot near Waterfall. He's pulled out the tour de force, but he is smoked off, and those are precious seconds he might not be able to afford. Wisnor will go down, though, and now he moves in. As Boise State holding the cross angles. Rariana picks up one. Just 2 left.
One enemy remaining.
Chamber with the tour de force, lines it up, knocks him down, but now he's got to go up against 1-2, and yeah, I didn't. Yeah, as long as Boise State is disciplined like that, they're going to end this with a 10-2 in the first half.
Standing like that, you can't get both of them with one shot feasibly. So, I mean, very nice off angle.
To be fair, Smoot has gotten a lot of collateral.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So if there was one time he needed the collateral, it would have been right then and there.
I mean, just look at that stance that they have. There's no way that they can. There's no way you can get around this. One above, one below. Yeah. But now with that, half is at 210. So Utah State is going to have to not only like do everything that they can to stay in the game, but they're going to have to like buy up. And this first round is going to be very important because if they do win this one, they almost guarantee this next round as well.
Boise State is going for absolutely no ghosts this first round. Instead, he's over toward ability. Jump peek out, will bait out a few shots.
There's my buddy.
Reclaims the dizzy. It's just going to be a matter of waiting for someone to try and push this smoke. Who will dare? And with one smoke gone, another one comes down. No, 2 come down. What is gone?
Oh! Rariana just side strafes over. Picks up Hunt like it's nothing. Even though Utah State has 3 goes, Boise State is making it happen with the classics.
Everyone's starting to collect up near B with Rariana trying to do a little bit of fighting from ceiling.
Blinded.
Is going to get taken out.
Spike
Going to be a
down.
3-4. 3-3. Just going to be waiting for someone to get a little too... Oh, wait. Oh, no! The stun was not enough.
I thought for sure Utah State looking like they wanted to change routes, and in
30
fact that
seconds
is the case. They go on to A, so I thought, oh, it's probably going to be a double or triple peek onto the Broncos. There's no way you can pick up one, but no. Boise State manages to trade 1 for 1. And even more good news for the Broncos, Utah State is down to half health for both of their remaining agents, so Boise State, this can just be 1 or 2 shots. They go for
10
the
seconds
plant,
left.
swing out around the corner with the double peek, teleport away, finds it mid-plant,
player
but now
standing.
it's Smoot,
Spike
the one
down
player
A.
from Utah State that is really giving the Broncos a run for their money, but Master locks it away, picks up the win for the Broncos. They're up to 11.
Now with this, Utah State has no choice but to buy up here as much as they possibly can. Because 2-11, it's not a situation you want to be in. Man, it's just unfortunate that Chamber TP'd away and kind of left Omen out hanging. Had to get that plant down, though, so I respect the commitment.
Probably a little bit of ESP, you know, just kind of sensing things at the right time.
Yeah, look at that. All 4 small shield stinger.
Utah State not in a position where they can just wait for the next round, because if they did that, it would be up to match point. Dizzy will get onto Skelesis, getting an early pick from McWhirт, but McWhirt now picks up a double. Spike float brings it out to a 2-person advantage. Mariana moving back for a flank. We'll see how that works out. But no, Smoot has his number. He lands a headshot and still manages to pick it up. Boise State evening things up. They're now only down 1.
I mean, we saw here early game, these stingers, it's just you got to wait for
Spike
someone
planted.
to push, and it seems like a couple members of Boise decided to push. So, I mean, that's why it looks to be as even as it is right now. You got 1 hanging out drop, 1 in tree, 1 waiting for a maybe flank or something like that. It's both going to be pushing out from stairs. Echo's going to decide to open the door and actually decide to leave.
Got a clear view on the spike, waiting for the sound cue. Utah State moves in. McWhirt picks up his triple. Half stick for Boise State. It's not enough, though. Utah State picks up the win where they desperately needed it. They were forced to buy that round, and they rose to the occasion.
mean, the strategy did end up working out for them, and now they're in a state where they can comfortably buy some Bulldogs and Guardians. So, I mean, call it desperate, but it definitely did work out in their favor. And not only for this round, but for the next, because not only did Utah State buy up, but Boise did as well. So now they're only going to be left with Classics and Sheriffs. Kind of turned the second round win into the third round win, I guess.
Utah State waiting to kind of feel out each of the routes available, just leaving the spike in the pocket for now. No real peeks out through any of the lanes either. They're waiting out the Broncos. It's high stakes. They really can't afford to lose any of these rounds, so they're going to be as careful as they can with each of these pushes.
Seems like Boise State has kind of recognized that they got a little bit too over-aggressive with how they were pushing, so they decided to dial it back and just play it a little bit slower.
Ball goes out from the Harbor. Skelesis is just keeping a sentry on this corner. Utah State checks out the corner, gets a little bit of a view of Hunt, is going to dash on out of their reposition near the door. Smoked off by Boise State.
It's 4 members. Oh, the Gecko ult is going to come out. Find Prestige. It's going to get taken out instantly, and that's going to give Utah State the site.
So trying to just peek out at the one point he can from this wall. Skelesis even things up. Can't pick up the gun. Damio has his back, though. Skelesis rounds the corner, picks up the Guardian. Is he checking that back corner?
One enemy remaining.
Mariana gets the pick onto Spike Float. Now Broncos in a good position to go to match point here.
Oh, gets a shot in the dark.
How is Little Smooth just predicting?
Ah! Ah! Damio was 3 HP there, I believe.
Just gonna move on from that one. Don't really need
Oh, oh no. It's okay. It's okay. You get how many more chances? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. I mean, you get several chances. I can't do the math in my head.
Well,
but
he emptied the clip. So basically, it was what you were saying earlier with the Stingers. Only this case, it was the Guardian.
maybe at this point I need to be quiet about my assumptions about second round wins, because this has been completely not how I expected this to go.
Boise State now moving in. Look at all this space Damio's taking all the way up to Rudin. He manages to pick it up. Cross angle from the Gecko. Will even things up 1-1. Now things quiet down for the foreseeable future.
Well, I mean, there is an additional smoke, so I don't want to say the smokes are out of the game, but half the smokes are out of the game now on both teams. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Fog advisory has been lifted. Visibility has improved dramatically.
Thank goodness. Everywhere I go, I got a smoke over. Can't see anything.
Nope.
Oh,
Back down.
man. And, well, I mean, with the cross-hold being held here between Master and Ariana, it's going to be very difficult for them to try and take this. This site being very infamous is like the 50-50 with this update. It's become so much more difficult to try and push if you're just doing it directly.
They try to go through the door, but what a great sideline. Rariana and Master have easy pickings for the Broncos to get the win in the first round, 13-3.
I mean, what else is there to say? That was insane picks there from Master at the end. I think that was a 3K, so good on him. What did the final score end up being? 13-2?
13-3.
13-3. Wow. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. Who do you think was the deciding player on why Boise State won this game? I guess.
I think Skelesis multiple times there were round clutches that came down to him. He was able to clutch it multiple times and win rounds outright when he was the only one left for the Broncos. So I would give my vote toward him.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I was thinking something fairly similar. I mean, I don't see it enough. I would love to see it more. I mean, that Neon and Lotus, it's been shown to be a very powerful strategy if you know how to do it correctly. I mean, not only that, but, I mean, elephant in the room, Rariana. out of his mind, getting pick after pick after pick. I think at the end it was like 23, and I don't know what the KDA was exactly, but it was something absurd.
But for Utah State, I got to give my shout-outs to both Smoot and Sprite, because they are the ones who, not only are top fraggers, but seem to be very good, not only with catching Boise State on off angles, but Smoot especially with those collaterals.
Oh, speaking of map updates, we're going to Breeze. And you know what that means? It means we're going to have a little bit of a hall showdown every single round. We're going to have 2 people going halls, and we're going to see who wins. It's very interesting to see like what they've done with this update. And, I mean, in terms of comp, is this an exact mirror? Yeah, it's a mirror. So, I don't know.
I mean, for a map like this with sites as wide open as it has, it demands some picks, you just can't have flexibility on. Viper's a must-do.
And with how this is matching up to be, it's going to turn into a game of can KO find the Cypher on the site that they're pushing with his knife? Because if he can do that, you are able to clear that site so much more easily. But if you don't get it, that site is going to be so much more difficult to clear, because Cypher at this point has almost become a must pick on this map. It's the wires that he's able to pull out on B site specifically, it makes it extraordinarily difficult to push. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they play this, especially with now how the halls have opened up as well.
It's definitely one Sentinel that can laugh in the face of a Killjoy having to stay near her utility in order for it to work. He can go anywhere he wants, and he can basically count. He can basically count on those tripwires to do their job. And yeah, here we go. We're looking at the hallway of doom basically opened back up after extensive renovations. Can't necessarily say what they were renovating, but here we go.
I don't know. Very strange decision. And it looks like Boise State has accidentally left Spike in base. Oopsie daisies.
It might just be them trying to. They do it enough where they leave the Spike in base, just trying to see what route that they want to take.
There we go. Good job, Zach. Picks it up and takes a fair amount of space mid. And given how things are shaking up to be, it looks like if Viper puts down a wall right now. No? Looks like Damian's just going to hold and wait.
Cooling down.
It's just going to be a waiting game at this point.
Throws out the knife, trying to see if there's anyone hiding in that corner. Hunt gets a headshot onto Skelesis. Smooth
Spike
also
down
chipping
A.
in. Prestige trying
No
to keep
charges
Broncos in the game. The plant will go down, but Hunt still playing, outmaneuvering the Broncos.
KO pop flash, doesn't find anything quite yet, so they're both going to double back behind the pyramid.
Toxins going up.
Oh, gets a good, fairly good push far, like a far push upwards. But does get caught off. So now it's just going to be a 1v2. Prestige misses one. This is going to be, oh wait, hold on a second. This suddenly looks a lot more feasible.
The sleeper ace that Prestige has been holding
No
out
way!
on lands it.
No way!
Okay, maybe
The sleeper ace.
Maybe he was hearing us talking between both rounds, saying, it's Skelesis, I'm nominating Skelesis, you're pushing praise onto Rarion, and he's like, hey, did you forget about somebody?
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even notice. Absolutely cleared everyone off the site. I mean, to be fair, that fourth one was a fairly lucky shot, but I mean, at this point, at half health, that's just sheer skill.
I've seen Prestige, because when he was signed on to Boise State, you get some news articles here and there. I've been seeing him referred to repeatedly as a prodigy.
Prodigy. Another good word that starts with P. Prestige.
The it's lined up. You got the alliteration right there. Meanwhile, Boise State getting on to B with little to no resistance. They'll be able to set up post plant. They'll be ready to get all the maximum pressure they can out of this Spike ticking down.
Looks like they were able to manage to get past the Cypher wide. Oh, wow.
Wallbang turns into a collateral for Damio. Prestige also lands one. It's just this Viper.
Oh, free Vandal! Free Vandal alert. Somehow AXKZ manages to take out 2 with just a classic.
Prestige was on such a podium. We set him up, and
Gotta knock him out.
how much they fall. Flew too close to the sun. Meanwhile, this is a nice flank by Damio. Gets a triple. Time's ticking down. Even if Utah State were to start popping off, I don't think they have the time to defuse. Damio might be able to get the final. No! Smoot will stop him. That's basically the best he could have hoped for
Yeah.
in that scenario.
I mean, in a situation like that, free Vandal. What else is there to say? Free Vandal is... I'll take anything that's free. And if it's a Vandal, absolutely.
No, I
Yes,
know.
please.
I know how you like to buy classics for the entire team. I know how you go. You can't resist a good deal when you see one.
Absolutely. And now at this point, we are going to see almost everyone pulling out a Vandal here, except for Master. Looks like Master's going to be playing for someone on Boise State being able to take out Utah State so they can take their gun. Little bit of surveillance. Doesn't find anything quite yet. Oh, Smoot with the insane off angle, able to take out one, but does get traded. Rihanna also able to take out Sprite Float. Prestige gets revived. Just like that, he's now a 5-3.
Boise State, considering that they're bonusing this round, 5-3, 4-3 now is still pretty darn good for them.
Ugh.
Oh, that's an eye. I
Does
saw him behind that crate.
so many
Lands the
bullets.
wall bang.
Yeah. Oh!
The
Skeletons
shock dart.
trick shot! Big fan. Big fan of that. And with both players left back sight, we're just going to have to sneak to both sides and play off of each other here.
Enemy remaining.
Oh.
Ooh, lands one. That's a huge. And
Uh-oh.
Player standing.
Rihanna lands the clutch.
That played out like a horror jump scare.
Basically was. All we were missing was just the high-pitched scream, and immediately, yeah.
I mean, like, saw him for like a half a second.
They were at 5 p.m. They thought they had it. They thought they had the shift covered, and then
Not quite.
here he comes, out from the wall. They didn't close the door. That's how. You need to be vigilant,
Need to be vigilant.
especially since both teams have a cipher. They have cameras to look through, so.
Well, looks like Boise State's going to try and push this B side again. Oh, you know what I'm talking
Here it
about.
is,
It's
here
Hull
it is, and
Showdown.
Master
There we
wins
go. Yes, I love a good Hull Showdown. I'm so glad they're back. And just like that, now Boise State has...
Oh, we could have another one. Showdown with Hunt. Lands a few shots onto him. Down to half health. Damio still making up ground. Prestige picks off Smoot. That's a good pick that Broncos are going to want to get. Damio keeps it going on to Hunt. We got 2 left for Utah State and a wide open A for Prestige to plan on.
Oh, AKZ, or AXKZ. I'm having trouble saying that name. Able to take one out with the Marshall. Crazy headshot there. So now Rihanna trying to sneak around. Sees one, wants to find another so we can get... Oh no! Phew!
And he finds the other one he was looking for. Manages to get the win for Boise State. Broncos now going up 4-0.
Getting a little deja vu.
And getting, and a huge amount of credits in their back pocket. If they lose this round, they're good for like 2 or 3 more rounds, all things considered.
Well, at this point, do you think it's time? I mean, we've got 2 people lining up outside of the halls.
This is like the WWE SmackDown of Valorant. You know, 2 enter, one's
From
gonna
up on the
leave.
stage, who could it be? No one. It's going to be a sad, like, nothing at all. So sad. Hale's going to be holding on behind his sight. Going to get the push from both mid and main.
Oh, I think he spotted the barrel of his gun out around the pyramid, slowly moving around. Not even going to let him. Rihanna picks it up with the wall bang. Word gets one, but Damio keeping things in favor of the Broncos. Prestige gets rid of Little Smoot now with just 2 left. Basically, this round is playing out just like the last one did. Just pick up the others as they're rotating over. And you've got yourself a 5-0. Out around the corner, pulls out his knife at the wrong time.
I think that's like the 4th time now that Damio's pulled out the knife on someone who's like the last player that they're looking for this series. Just fun. It's just fun.
But Boise State not getting too carried away. They know they got the number advantage here.
This is essentially wraps at this point in terms of this round. I mean, very soon to go off.
Someone's going hunting.
Oh.
Prestige is going hunting. He wants it again.
Oh.
Finds it again. He's getting greedy, but it is not stabbing him in the back whatsoever.
EX had a little bit of a sixth sense there. Maybe someone's behind me, but not quite enough, fortunately.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, economy, it's just a lot of sheriffs and a marshal. Not
Which Utah State, to be fair to them, they've shown
know
that
what?
they can do
Yeah.
some good stuff with
absolutely.
the Sheriffs.
Their eco rounds have been absurd.
Even if they lose them, they're picking up 2 or 3 against
Get out
the
of my way.
Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
There have been very few flawlesses this game, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Rariana lands
Oh.
one with the knives, with a double,
Oh, no.
looking for
Okay.
a third, gets it.
One
It
enemy
has
remaining.
been I was going to say it's been a hot minute since I've seen a knife ace, but Siege will pick up the elimination where he can get it. We're just going to have to settle for a possible knife quad, maybe?
A knife quad. I will take a knife quad. Oh, just waiting. They know he's there. They know he's there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Knife quad. There we go. It's not quite an ace, but it feels good. It feels good regardless.
It is. It's been a while since I've seen. I mean, you're making me feel old now, going back to the early days of Valorant, where people were just right-clicking their way toward aces on the knives.
Oh, yeah. I do not miss the old jet, though. Not at all.
Rariana trying to relive the nostalgia. Managed to do a pretty good job of it.
Absolutely. Well,
It was around this time, it was this round where Utah State picked up their first win on Lotus. So.
if they win this one, I can officially say deja vu. Oh, well, with 3 people holding mid, I am so impressed Damien was able to push all the way through. Does not see the Cypher, though. Continues to push all the way up mid. How? Okay, all right. I was about to be like, you have some serious plot armor, but fortunately,
Spike
not
down
necessarily fortunately, but it didn't seem quite right. Something's felt off. And just like that, Master with the 4K as well. That round went by so fast. I can no longer say deja vu. Wah wah.
Will be a purchase round for Utah State. I mean, there's been one player that's kind of been the most gun-ho and just going out and searching and charging. It's been Damio. And sometimes it's really paid off with spectacular plays, but you just, you know.
Sometimes you just you don't.
Sometimes you get red and you bet on black.
It's
you know?
it's better to just not think sometimes, you know. You just let your hand take the wheel and you get the picks. With the full push mid again.
They spot Smoot up mid-air.
Somehow still alive.
Almost shot out of the air like a clay pigeon. He's going to get finished off by Rariana.
And gets traded as well. So now it is 4-4. With 2 holding B, 2 holding A. Looks like it's going to be a serious B hit here, which is impressive regarding. Well, I mean, no, it's not exactly on site. The Viper's Pit was more to prevent an entry, but unfortunately the entry came from mid instead of directly through mid. So now 3-2 is still in Utah State's favor.
Utah State has the gun advantage. Just wait. Oh, McBird still manages to fire through the smoke. Rariana bringing it down to a double. Can he get it? Dashes over. Trying. It's all in his hands. It's going to be a ring around the rose. Around the pillar. That's the shot for the clutch. Are you kidding me?
Another 4K for the books. Wow.
Oh, my cardiovascular health cannot handle rounds like that.
Just, I mean, it can't be said enough. The spray transfers from Rariana, that is something I wish I could do. It's on another level.
Prestige, you had a good ace in the first round, but I think Rariana might be taking that crown back from you.
Someone stole the spotlight, I hate to say.
Looks like we got a bit of a timeout. Now Boise State up to probably the largest margin that we have seen for them in quite a while, 8-0. Even in their match against Langara earlier on this week, which, they 8-0 was what they were pulling out, but they might even be able to beat that today.
Nothing wrong with seeing a 13-0. That's all I'm saying.
The one thing is that it let us, when we were playing Sunset, it let us, get off that stage as quickly as possible. So you would have approved of that.
Well, not quite. You know what I do approve of, though? The one hallway fight that we saw. Man, I need to see some more. I need to see more hallway fights. And also, I want to say this as well. There's been an impressive lack of outlaws. I have not seen as many outlaws as I was expecting to see, like, this entire series. Especially holding that hall corridor. I thought I would be seeing a lot more of those on this map especially as well.
Well, how about an op facing down this hallway? That's
I'll
a
take
bit
it.
more threatening, and Boise State is going to have absolutely none of it. Going out to a bit more of a traditional opping position, looking over mid. It's smoked off.
Some
Still there.
Some serious Sova darts here. Now Raryana's only one hit.
He lands it. Oh,
Wow.
that was a
Spike
little
down
squirrely,
mid.
but Damio lands it.
No, surely not. Okay. You know what? Yeah. You do you. Sparkle on. I you know what? This Viper, very, very interesting positioning, but hey, you may not have the bomb down, but at the end of the day, do you need the bomb down? Do you really? Kind of yes, but it's not going to stop Damio from doing silly things.
Yeah, this would be very, very.
I would be so mad right now if I was this Jet and I had to deal with
Screen
this.
down.
Not quite deja vu, but there's little hints, 1 to 8 now. I love that melee, by the way. I don't hardly see it enough. The Sun Wukong melee, just the giant bow staff. I love that one. That one's so cool. I wish I saw more people yielding that. If we think about it too hard, we might get angry. So let's just nod and agree.
You know what else would make Boise State angry? If they move up here through the hallway,
Oh,
right? To
man.
the waiting
Uh-oh.
arms.
It's hallway showdown. Wait. Oh, no.
Right, baits out a shot. Boise State has an opening. They're able to smoke it off. They move in.
Wow.
Open the door for an alternate route onto A. A little smooth. There was one that I was saying you don't want to tangle with. It's him. He hits out another shot and misses. Raryana has a double.
Master's going to take out both. Smoo was fighting for his life, but it just was not enough. Oh, Sprite takes 1. Not quite 2. Damio, obviously, doing Damio things. Oh, wow. Okay. This is looking a little bit scary. Not exactly, but
I must wait a moment.
he could get an ace here. Realistically, it is very possible.
Enemy remaining.
Oof. Wow.
Playing with your food isn't necessarily the best course of action if the lobster is still alive.
It may not do physical damage, but I think there is a little bit of mental damage there when you see someone do that. Just it stays with you, It's like it just stays in your head and it forces you to think about it. Why would someone do this? And then it's all that's consumed your thoughts.
All of a sudden, your father is in the corner of your mind, disapprovingly staring at you. Not mad, but disapproving.
Raryana, the hallway showdown, takes out 2, takes out 3. Oh, McWhirr.
Player standing.
Oh my goodness, takes out 4. You were wanting a hallway showdown, and Raryana is delivering on the cusp of an ace. Knows where Sprite Float is. Moving back on toward A, and Raryana is in hot pursuit as the rest of the team closes in. Let Raryana have it. No! A spoiled ace, but still,
Fell right in the-
amazing play by Raryana.
Yep. We did it! We got the thing we were waiting for!
Like
Last
you said,
round
Damio's
in
going
the
to do
half.
Damio things.
I mean, what else is there to say? It 1 to 10. I mean, talk about mental damage once again. It's just that's gonna stick with you.
And I think this hallway showdown idea has been, the door has firmly been slammed shut on that from Raryana. He has shown that is a no-go zone now.
Now the halls are vacant. a shell of what it once was. And just like that, half through mid, half through main, all pushing this B side.
Oh,
hello.
picture, pixel, perfect from Rariana, and gets door slammed on him by AX. Prestige clean things up, as well as Master. Siege actually landed one with the grenade there.
Caught one.
With one holding down the arches and one from deep mid.
Camera taken
He's gonna
out.
get tagged here, so let's see what Sprite does. Nothing. Can't do much there.
Okay, they're dead. Take what's useful.
Work. It's
I must wait a moment.
Switching sides.
1 to 11. At this point, what can you even say? This is like even. I mean, in terms of can Deja Vu be like relatively scaled? Because this is.
I mean, the same general principle holds in that there just isn't any room for Utah State to play with. The whole thing of like waiting around, you know, losing 2 but winning 1, you know, or having an off round. Utah State just can't do that now. They got to win this pistol round. It's completely non-negotiable.
And I mean, there is something to be said. It is round halves, and now sides are swapped. So it is very possible that just offense might just be off.
Oh, another hallway showdown to decide, and Damio's delivering with a double. There's still one left. It's AX who is bailing out on the fight, but Damio comes in from above, lands another shot. Utah State now down to just 1. It's a spike holder. It's AX trying to hide out in those smokes, but will it be enough?
Oh,
The
he loops
Broncos
all the
close
way.
around. And gets one in the back, 2. Are you kidding me? It's down to a 1-1 showdown.
What a turnabout. Wow. Okay.
It's going up.
Oh,
Rather,
just like that. It is 1 to
Match
12.
point.
And so, I mean, we're in a similar position to where we were last time, where now it is Utah State having to buy up everything that they can. I don't know if it's going to be an exact like small shield stinger like it was last game series, but it's becoming, dare I say it again, I'm getting a feeling of deja vu.
and now it's just one more round between Boise State and victory. Sprite Float lands a shot with the Marshall.
Deploying drone.
Skelesis moves in with the drone. Not able to land the dart, but gets a good view onto Sprite. He's in trying to play around, lands it. Damio collects. He has a view over to a lot more players onto mid. Spike gets dropped. Boise State closing in, double from Skelesis, and the Broncos in
Here we go
spectacular fashion. Damio wants to end
Surely
this with
not.
a little bit of show.
Okay.
He had only 1 health though, so maybe that didn't work out. But still, a great showing from the Broncos. They'll win at 13-1 and still go undefeated.
An even stronger win than last game. 13-1.
Now, talking about wins, we're going to do a quick swap over to a Rocket League because we've got the RLCS, the pro level of Rocket League. Qualifiers are on right now, and Boise State is facing off against a huge variety of teams in order to try to qualify for what is the coup de grace of competitive Rocket League. Can't get any higher than RLCS, and they're going up against Pepperoni Boys. Again, RLCS pro level, sometimes you have official teams, sometimes you have more wacky names.
Holding it all in. Yeah, I'm just letting that run through me. Pepperoni Boys.
I like the logo. That is. Now, quick thing. This is a best. Oh man, Durtho, that's a nice goal, but allow Dallin to collect his breath for 10 more seconds.
Did they choose that logo? I sure hope they did, because
Either it's the team or production that we really got to thank for that
yeah.
logo.
Thank you to whoever was the brave soul that decided that they wanted the amazing World of Gumball render of the pepperoni character, or the pepperoni pizza character.
Woozy scores another, and meanwhile, before we went on to that little detour, I wanted to mention this is a best of 3, so Boise State in a huge lead for this first round spells good things. Going to give very little chance for Pepperoni Boys to really recover. And we only have 1 minute 38 seconds left in the match. Face-off goes in favor of Hefty. Now trying to corral the ball, look and see if he has anyone to pass to. He doesn't. Preston is going to leave it for Woozy. Woozy goes in, a pass back to Preston. It's whiffed, though. Woozy has to take it. Shot on goal. He'll make lemonade out of lemons and get another for Boise State.
Wolf just not able to reach that ball, unfortunately. So that's going to be another goal. I think that's 5-1 now? 5-1 or 4-1?
5-1.
Wow. I mean, you just said it was like a minute 30 seconds and minute 26 seconds now, so it's going to be very difficult for Pepperoni Boys to take this back. It's so hard.
And a completely wide open goal as well. 6-1 now for the Broncos, getting very close to Brazil territory on an opening match in the RLCS. That would be probably a good luck charm if I were to wager. If I was starting out in a tournament, in a Rocket League tournament, to start out with the Brazil in your first match, I'd be feeling pretty good about myself.
Absolutely. And, all right, as it turns around now, Dirtho going to try and line it up against the wall. Hefty not able to quite reach it.
It's a bit of a pro. We got a double commit bringing out from Pepperoni Boys as well. Faltering, and there isn't enough time to make up this deficit.
Oh, Dirtho and Wolf fighting along the wall. Preston's going to take it back. Kipper misses it, unfortunately. Hefty going to be there to catch it.
Pass over to Wolf, but Woozy reads it, takes the pass away from him. Preston elevates up, will play it off the wall, trying to get the flip reset. Don't quite get it. It's going to be left for Woozy. Nice shot up mid. Dirtho with the redirect off to the side, doesn't find the goal, but Preston tries again on the follow-up. They're still looking for that Brazil.
Hefty taken up slow. Going to get rerouted. Kipper. I love that.
Boise State not allowing any sort of goal to be scored on them. Now just 10 seconds left to get that oh-so-tantalizing 7th goal. But hey, 6-1 is going to be plenty good.
Think about it like this.
I actually think 6-1 is a Brazil now, all things considered.
6 plus 1 equals 7. There you go. Now you're happy.
So now Boise State is just 1 away from winning. You know, the thing about these best of 3s is you really got to go in with your A game right off the bat. A lot of things that we see in best of 5s and especially best of 7s is some teams take it easy on the first few rounds. You know, they don't want to get themselves tilted. They're on fact-finding missions, if you will, of the opponent's play style. But this, you don't get that luxury. You got to come out swinging.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I don't think you can get much more, like, I don't know, 6-1. It's hard to come out with your A game in a score that is better than 6-1 for your first game. So that's going to be a first round for Boise State.
I mean, even the games that we saw Boise State just in Valorant, too, there were still a few rounds taken off them. A few goals are going to slip by. Very hard to, you know, go completely unscored on for a match. Unless it's, like, completely lopsided.
I had something I wanted to say, but then, boom, Pepperoni Boys image popped into my head.
Yeah, I know. That's...
And we have now received word. We know the perpetrator. We know who picked the image.
There will be stern words spoken after the match.
Go get him! We gotta go! It was Doc. No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything at all. Just cut that out. Just cut that out. Oh, no,
I didn't see anything if you didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. We just nod and agree.
What did you say?
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
Say anything.
Oh, we are into the second game now. Thank goodness. And now, just like that, off. It's going to be a little bit in Boise State's territory. Going to try and take it back. Hefty bouncing it off.
Oh, Woozy with the back pass toward the goal, but it's overall going to be pushed over toward Dirtho. Wolf now giving up a bit of space. Hefty trying to stop Dirtho from centering it around the corner. Hefty now dribbling it. Nice way to get it past. Trying to pinch it off the ground. Doesn't find it. Quick shot, though. Dirtho unable to dunk it down into the goal. Wolf now moving up, gonna run right into Preston. Hefty unable to take the pass. Durtho with a shot on to goal. They left open, and Broncos up to a lead.
Very nice clean shot between Durtho and who was that before? I can't remember. I think it was Woozy.
Yeah, it was. He's
Okay.
got the assist.
Okay, Woozy got the assist. I didn't even notice. It was a
Woozy's-
very nice
he's
clean
also
shot.
going to get the victory on the kickoff. Kipper trying to push it back toward the goal.
Ooh, very
Risky
close.
situation, but Preston finds a save. All up in the air, though. Durtho takes another shot up from mid. Actually bails out at the last moment. He's going to head back toward Preston, trying to keep it away from the front of the goal. Preston moves in, will pick up the 100.
I thought for a second somehow Durtho crossed up the ball, just like stopped it and then turned it the other direction, but it just stopped. It was
Yeah, he's good enough with the acrobatics in the car. He can do whatever he wants with that soccer ball.
Absolutely.
The laws of physics do not apply when Durtho's in control. He can manipulate pure reality to his will. As soon as I say that, he gets the goal. That was a very nicely played as well. Upper left corner, almost no time to respond.
Almost served directly to Durtho there. That was a very close shot. Almost hit, like backed off, but did go straight in.
Gets another shot back over toward the
Oh.
corner. Preston goes in, not quite centered enough, and this is a huge opportunity now for Pepperoni Boys, but it's deflected off to the side. Boise State breathes a sigh of relief. Now Durtho moves in, gets played over, ball back to the center.
Off the back wall, and it looks like he might have. Oh, Kipper barely able to defend the ball there. Durtho off the back wall, just a little bit too wide, unfortunately. We're gonna go for yet another shot. Gonna be deflected off by Hefty. Oh, just a little bit overhead.
While a lot of the goals that Boise State has been scoring have been completely wide open goals from Pepperoni Boys, Boise State has not left their goals open. Nice shot by Durtho. Durtho will get the demo onto Wolf. Preston gets a shot on toward goal. Tries to set it up. Woozy takes a shot, trying to sneak it under Wolf. Durtho comes in to pinch off the wall. Wolf's going to head back toward Woozy. Elevates up, gets one touch on it. Keeps it from going past mid. Goes Durtho trying to find the right angle, leaving it for Woozy, and manages to center it up. Preston's just going to wait that one out. Didn't quite like the look of the angle that was set up. 2 minutes. The Broncos lead 2-0.
Gonna bounce it off the ceiling over and over. Oh,
Durtho
wow. What a
finds
shot.
his hat trick. That was an absolutely beautiful
What a shot.
air dribble by Woozy. Gets a double tap. He swatted away, but Durtho had his eye on it the entire time, just waiting for it to fall down. He chips it in, finds a 3-0. All the goals now for Boise State have been scored by Durtho.
2 minutes remaining on the board. And, well, hey, now it's 4.
And again, this is just this great mid-air ball control that Woozy is showing. He gets the flip reset, and then immediately keeps the dribble going in the air, just sailing it on into the goal.
Unrivaled ball control there. Oh, bye-bye, Durtho. He gone.
One thing I wanted to mention is even though Woozy hasn't scored a goal, he's gotten an assistive hat trick, if you will. All of the 3 goals that he's been assisting in. So each player is chipping in, doing their part. It isn't just one standing out above the others, and that's what makes the Broncos such a force to be reckoned with. Any of them can pop off. Woozy's going to have his dribble stopped. Kipper waiting on the ground in mid, trying to take the shot on to go. Preston elevates up. Ball bounces off the crossbar, the savior for Boise State in that regard, and now an open goal again. They're trying to run. Hefty just gets to it in time.
Kipper
Down
to
to
Wolf.
a minute. Oh, this is dunk right in. Doesn't find it. Boise State showing a bit of shakiness in the past 15 seconds.
He goes back towards. Oh, sent back. Wolf going to try and hit it down to Hefty. Preston's going to take control. Almost. Oh, going to be protected, not protected. What the? I can say words sometimes.
I'm just going to let you slide with that one and
Thank
get
you.
back to the.
Thank
I'm
you.
feeling merciful. Meanwhile, Kipper moves up, is going to be stopped by Durtho midfield. Wolf sets it up for Hefty. Shot deflected off to the right. Woozy rounding the corner, takes a shot toward an open goal, and Boise State up to 5-0.
30 seconds left. Do you think they could do it? Do you think that Boise State wins?
I mean, the more pertinent question is, can the Pepperoni Boys get a goal every 7 to 8 seconds now? that's what they'd have to do, basically. No, every 6 seconds. 6 times 5 is 30. I remember my multiplication tables.
You got to change your math here because now they've only got 20 seconds left. Oh, no.
Okay, a goal every 4 seconds. 4 times 5 is 20.
Okay, nerd.
2 times 5 is 10. They need to score a
I
goal
knew
every
that.
2 seconds now.
I knew that. And, well, 5 seconds. 1 goal every second. Go.
You know, it's a bit disappointing that that's the one multiplication table you had memorized. Times 1.
I yield. I yield, okay?
And Pepperoni Boys are going to yield as well. Boise State with a convincing 5-0 win. They're laughing behind us as well, having a good time. Good times all around by the Broncos. A victory in Valorant and a victory in Rocket League as well.
Yeah, pretty successful night. Almost. What was that? A ghost?
I don't know. It might be. I mean, well, how Broncos have been performing, they can certainly have a cheering section, whether it be ethereal or here in the arena.
Even the
physically.
specters are cheering us on.
Yes, the specters are spectating, if you will.
Hey! I like that. It's
I
very
like
nice.
that. All right. Well, with the players backing down off the back of the arena, I just wanted to think, do you have any final thoughts for how things have turned out in these 2 matches? Anything back from Valorant that stood out to you?
Man, I just love a good hallway fight. I'm so glad we got to see a good couple of those. I'm glad I got to see so many 4Ks, so many aces, so many wins, so many good times. It's very good.
Good times had by all, and we'll take a short break, but be back with more esports action. Do not go away.
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Ow, 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 ow. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket. It's me, your Idaho Central Credit Union app. Rough morning? Is that a mobile deposit? I got this. Beat it, Charlie. We're making money moves here. Cha-ching. And done.
Charlie, come on, outside.
Sorry about the mess. I'd help if I had hands. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Once there was a traveler whose feet never left the ground. With only his mind as his map and his senses his compass, he raced into the great unknown. Armed only with the speed of legend. His trails he blazed, his rivals he played. Every sprint a blur. Every turn trusting his allies. In silence he raged and waged with quickening, sickening speed. His name a chant filling arenas. Because some heroes leave footprints, others an afterburn. Without conflict, there is no resolution. Without verses, there is no victory.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We just saw Boise State pull out a convincing win against the Pepperoni Boys. Still boggling my mind of why I'm still saying that. But Boise State pulled out a great win. They also got a win in Valorant. We've got one of the varsity Valorant players right now to talk to us. We've got Austin Prestige joining us, one of the players who was able to pick up an ace in that match. We'll get to that a little bit later on, but right now we just want to talk about overall big picture of how that match went. Prestige, what was kind of the win condition? What were the main goals that Doc had for you that you wanted to take going out of that game?
Well, when Doc mentioned and went over his keys to the game to us before the match started, he really heavily leaned in towards the play your own game, don't get ahead of yourselves, take a step back if you need to, and with all those keys to the game, we pulled through. It was fun.
Well, especially because you had such a big lead throughout the match. I can understand that it would be difficult to not let things get ahead of you if you're already on a roll. You've won 5 games. Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely felt like we could push forward a little more and secure some kills without being as smart as we should be. But we decided we wanted to stick to our game plan, stick to our strats. And the synergy was really great today. We were good on Ian, our IGL or Rihanna, for making some great calls for us to go through. The overall comms throughout the games were great, and I appreciate everybody for keeping the mental up, and we pulled through. It was great.
Now, as for you specifically, I have to talk about a way you opened up on Breeze for the first round, catching us all on guard with an ace on a handgun. So take us through that. Just take us through that round. How did things fall into place?
I don't know. Marshall and I were stuck backside on Breeze A, and we wanted to swing something together. We wanted to take the fights together so that we didn't push into any solo fights and have them turn over the round for themselves. We swung together. I was able to get one, and then we decided to flashback sight, swung together, got one. So right there, the team play just kind of worked in our favor, and I decided that I was going to play time while Marshall pushed forward to get info or maybe even get a kill. And so we got the info on both, swung back sight. They swung right into my crosshair. It kind of worked out in my favor.
Now, as we're looking forward toward the season, the next match that you have is versus UCLA tomorrow. How are you feeling about that matchup? What are you doing to prep?
Well, our practices have been going great lately. We've got a lot done. I've never played UCLA before. I'm excited. I've heard they're good. Just like today, we're going to stick to our game plan, stick to our strats, and I think everything should work out well.
And then overall, as we move past tomorrow's match with UCLA, just what's your general consensus overall? Look in the schedule for the CVAL season as a whole. How are you guys feeling this year?
Better than last season. Not we played pretty well last season, but I'm excited to see our growth. I'm already seeing it so far in our practices and our matches. But I'm really excited to see our growth through CVAL, CCC, anything we decide to play in. And I think it's all going to go pretty well.
All right, we've been talking to Austin Prestige, Julian, and what do you think? You're talking about you're talking about improving over last semester. Is there anything else that kind of you would say from last semester? Because in the past few years, the Valorant team, you guys do great during the regular season, and then once you start getting into playoffs like quarter or semifinals, there have been some wins that have kind of eluded you. What do you think is the overall thing in which kind of the team fell short in that regard in the past year, and how have you improved on it going forward?
Well, I guess last year, the biggest thing was probably our communication. Maybe the idea of playoffs got into our heads, and we want this semester to be different, and we want to all be on the same page at all times. And I think that doing that's going to keep us calmer and more on track to win.
All right, we've been talking to Prestige. We want to thank him for his time. Congrats on your win. Good
Thank
luck
you.
tomorrow against UCLA. We've got one more Rocket League match for you. We'll get back to it after this break, so don't go away. We'll see if the Broncos can go 3 for 3. And welcome back. We've got Dallin Starnes back up here to call all of the action for Rocket League. Have you memorized your multiplication tables?
1 times 1. Let's talk about that for a second. So,
all right, well, Dallin's
2.
left to think out about that. You're close, but not really. Boise State is looking to get much more than 1 goal, much more than 2 goals, actually, because they closed out the last round, Pepperoni Boys, in style, getting a 6-1 early on, and a lot of things that's really setting the Broncos apart. And this is almost kind of fitting. We started with the pepperoni, we started with pizza, and now we're already to the leftovers. This is very thematic. I like the theme going on in terms of how tonight's playing out.
it is a very nice theme. I'm very appreciative of somehow the consistency of somehow the line of a meal. It's very nice.
All right, Boise State heading up against Hiroko, Daunt, and Cambeast. Preston trying to keep control of the ball. It's up for grabs in midfield. Leftovers push a shot. Woozy pushes the shot onto the leftovers goal. Not going to find it. Preston unable to take it away. Dangerous position for the Broncos. Is there the follow-up?
And Durtho is going to be able to take it away from Daunt.
I do believe that these players, Boise State pushes one onto the goal. It bounces off the crossbar. I do believe, actually, that I heard that Daunt was from Northwood. And if you know anything about collegiate esports, Northwood is, they are a team you don't want to go up against. So we got top talent here, and that's being reflected in this 0-0 scoreline that we're seeing. Hiroko doesn't have anyone to set up to. Cambeast will move over to take the ball. Daunt gets 1 touch on it, keeping it in Broncos territory.
Well, with a minute already gone, it's just been a lot of back and forth action thus far. Woozy's going to send it to Durtho.
And it's set up. Cambeast has possession.
High.
This is dangerous. Stop.
Wow.
And just stops the follow-up from
That
coming
camera
through.
was stressing me out.
Sometimes the game just conspires against you to make you as nervous as you can, but we have full view
wow.
of that goal. Sets it up for Durtho. It's a 1-2 punch. Woozy finds himself caught in the corner, but it's a perfect pass just sliding right by Cambeast, leaving it for Durtho.
So clean. So clean.
In case you're wondering how RLCS plays out, it's double elimination, and you try to go as far as you can to make it to qualifying. And at the professional level, when you're going up against top collegiate talent, and Northwood Preston gets another one, pushing Boise State to 2-0.
Wow. That was very sudden. It's not that was another bit of a jump scare for me there, honestly. Very, wow. Just foul.
Yeah, the goals have been very close range. Not a lot of time to respond. Bit of territory gained onto Boise State. Preston going up against Cambeast. Ball still caught in the corner. Durtho gets one touch. Preston in the passing lane, moving up toward just Daunt, and they're not able to play it around him. He gets the save. Gonna try to leave it for Cambeast. Fourth clear. Daunt now back in Bronco territory.
Oh, okay. That would have been almost really cool to see that, but unfortunately did not go through for the leftovers. It is going to be sent back. Daunt with another shot, and it is going to go through. That's going to bring it up to 2-1.
You have two of the Broncos. Yeah, Preston, he goes in to try to contest the ball, but then realizes he has to rotate back toward the goal. He doesn't have enough time to course correct. And now Boise State leading narrowly by 1 halfway through the first game. Remember, these are best of 3, so it's so important to win that first game. Uzi comes in, goes up against Taroko, pass by him. Preston pops it up. Not. Stopped by Durtho. Touched by Woozy. Now off into offensive territory, but now it's spiked back by Taroko. Coming in, Durtho will stop that from becoming a shot on goal.
Woozy's going to send it.
Oh,
to
nice
Durtho.
deflect by Durtho. It's really his specialty, as he is so accurate on these redirects that even if you're midfield, you have to always be alert of a shot on goal coming from Durtho.
Preston's going to send it back. It's going to be redirected by Taroko. It's going to get sent back mid.
Elevation up. Woozy demos Cambeast. Durtho coming in. Pass over to Woozy. Taroko gets one touch on it. Making it difficult for Woozy. Woozy managed to take the 100 boost. Durtho pushes it off to the side. Coming in, Preston, shot wide off to the left, off to Taroko and Daunt. Woozy plays it past them. It could be an opening, but no, Cambeast is right there on the post. Gonna not make it easy for Boise State. They would love this insurance goal here. Woozy pops it up high. Daunt, Preston trying to get to it, but it was set up more for Daunt in that regard. And he'll punish the Broncos for it, making it dead even.
The Northwood flows through him. I felt it there. Wow, what an insane goal.
It's been a recurring demon for Boise State going up against top schools. Even if they're in the pro league, players from their old rivals manage to rear their heads again.
No kidding.
1 minute left to decide it all, and we're tied 2 apiece. Boise State now going to get a pass upfield. Stopped by Taroko. Woozy comes in, gets another touch. Durtho moving in for the shot. Daunt gets to it before him. Daunt being the star player, and why wouldn't he be? Woozy passes over to Durtho, back to center field. Preston, though, can't take it. He's filling up on boost back. Doesn't want to be left without any utility. Cambeast comes in. Preston gets one touch off to the corner. Clear comes through from Cambeast. Woozy gets to it before Daunt can. Now it's a pass midfield. I'm a bit nervous here. Preston coming in with the rotation just at the right time. But, oh, man, it is down to the wire. Down to the wire. Preston gets another save when the Broncos need him to.
Oh, but a third one also coming through. Woozy is going to get taken out. This might give them the opportunity to try and score another.
Okay, they are into overtime.
Here we
Golden
go.
goal to decide it all. Very crucial kickoff. Daunt has possession of it off the kickoff. Preston manages to pass over to Woozy. Woozy, though, goes stolen over by the leftovers. Cambeast off the wall. Preston moving back. They do not want to leave this goal open, overextend themselves. Woozy leaves it for Preston, trying to play around Daunt, but you just can't play around a player as good as him. They're going to try to find a centering. Woozy demoed, buys a few seconds for leftovers to put pressure back onto Boise State.
Preston's going to try and send this all the way back up, but there's just so much offense going through. Over and over again. Durtho's going to try and send it back up, but it's going to be sent back by Taroko.
And they are just barely winning some of these 50s to keep the ball away from their goal. But the side control has been firmly in favor of the leftovers. Boise State got off to such a rocket start, trying to pull it back, drag themselves across the finish line.
Woozy's
They're
going to
setting it up. Oh, Cambeast steals it away. Oh, that's a good pass towards center. It's going to go right on to Taroko. He's credited with the save. Preston goes. They're in the center. Durtho disrupted by Taroko. Boise State needs to rotate back, though, and Taroko is demoed. That's a huge one.
Don's going to try and turn this thing around, but Dirtha's going to get his hands on the ball. Potential to serve it up, but Don's going to take it and send it back. Dirtha's going to send it once again. It's just a back and forth between Taroko and Dirtha. It's becoming a ping pong match.
Woozy moves in. Daunt gets a little bit of a touch onto it to stop the follow-up off the backboard. Dirtho's trying to read Cambies. The ball's still making its way past midfield. Woozy, though.
Whoa.
Oh, a bit of a U-turn to keep the goal away. Dirtho also gets a demo onto Cambies. Trying to buy Broncos some bit of time to find a clear. Dirtho hanging out in the goal. He's going to be able to pass it back to mid. Will play off the wall. Has to go up with Cambies. It's passed back to Preston in mid. Pinched off to the corner. Can Woozy find it? No, he's beaten to the ball, and Boise State loses all their progress.
Dirtha's going to send it to the other side, give them a little bit more momentum to try and push this thing up. It's going to get sent to Dirtho.
Oh! He finds it! Dirtho, CRL Rookie of the Year, gets the winning goal for the Broncos in Game 1.
This is only one game, dog. Oh, man.
But it's a best of 3, so Boise State is now at match point, and I'm of the opinion that there is nothing more taxing on a player's mentals to go into an overtime, a pretty long overtime at that, and lose it. That was over 3 minutes, and it takes every little bit of mental fortitude.
Yeah.
And especially, look at that, Boise State did not have the total shots on goal. They were outclassed there and in ball control. They were defending so much in overtime. You got to hand it to Woozy and Preston for all the saves that they had until Dirtho spotted his one opportunity.
Oh, it's like you said. I mean, once it hits overtime, it's just a game of endurance. Just watching that was just, it really just gets you, like, in a state of just, like, constantly, like, oh, boy, here we go. It's like a constant roller coaster. It's very stressful. But it's, well, the first game is over now. So
the first game is over, and Broncos are on to match point to end this night with them getting another win. Again, this is RLCS, the professional level of Rocket League. You cannot go any higher than this, the official league from Psyonix. Boise State has had quite a run in CRL, but they want to go all the way pro.
Woozy and Dirtho protecting that wall, making sure it doesn't get sent all the way back. Daunt going to send it all the way over to Boise State's side. Dirtho trying to get air control on the ball.
Cambies doesn't really have anyone to pass to, but tries to maintain possession of the ball, preventing a clear. Dirtho makes it around the corner, pass to Preston in mid, but he isn't able to get to the ball fast enough. Cambies takes possession of it, tries to play it around Woozy off the backboard. There's no foul. Oh, and Dirtho gets to it just in time.
Oh, okay, man. There's so many opportunities for goals there.
And it definitely seems like leftovers have flipped the switch, because the first minute of this game is playing out a lot like overtime did for the Broncos.
Oh. Dirtho's going to try and send it up back again. Daunt going to get hands on the ball, making sure it's staying on Boise State's side. Cambies returning that. To Taroko. Gets sent to the right side.
Dirtho leaves it for Woozy in mid. Cambies moving. Can he get the no? The shot's a little bit too far to the left. Preston gets the ball played over him by Taroko. Daunt demoed in midfield, but Cambies coming in, making up for that. Woozy now moving off to the corner. Find the centering. No, Daunt will stop him right then and there. Preston tries to take control. Tries to take control of the ball, doesn't quite find it. Back over to Daunt, other side of the field. Huge bomber back over toward Boise State, stopped by Preston. Gets the flip reset, but isn't able to do much with it. He's going to leave it for Woozy. Dirtho around the corner, trying to get a little bit of fancy
Could be served
footwork
up.
And they almost had a great shot on goal there. Daunt's committed in the air, though. He'll get that save, no problem. And we're going 2 minutes now without a single goal scored.
Going to be sent back mid. Preston's going to try and take it out. Sent to Dirtho. Oh. I don't know how that happened. It was like a double demo. It's going to be sent back to Boise State's side.
Woozy gets a whole lot of territory off that one shot, but no redirect into the goal. Ball high, we're at the halfway mark now. As they say, there's 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the timer. Preston, one touch, Woozy following in tow. Steals the boost away from Leftovers in their own corner. Durtho comes in, quite able to get the setup he wanted. Preston moving back as Camby's putting a whole lot of pressure onto the Broncos.
Gonna get sent up. Don's gonna take that.
Durtho one touch too.
Preston trying to take it out. It's just keeping it on this defense over and over. Oh, okay. Okay, no.
Durtho had that.
He had that. He had that. A little scared. Just a little bit.
I'm more scared about this one, but Woozy gets the save. Boise State coming in, and the first goal of the game will be scored by Daunt. Unrelenting pressure. Unrelenting pressure from Leftovers right now. Putting Boise State on. They've thrown down the gauntlet, and Boise State has to get one to maybe drive this to overtime.
Woozy's going to try and get an early push on the ball. Durtho. Oh, wow. Very close. Trying to take it on, like, entirely on the offensive, and that's going to leave a hole in their defense, and that's going to be another goal for the Leftovers.
Boise State is slipping a bit here in the second game. They left the goal completely wide open. That's the first time that they've overextended themselves this match. All three of them going past the midfield marker. So now they've really got to clean things up.
Send the ball up. Daunt not able to get control. Accidentally takes out, I believe that was Woozy. No, it was Preston. The ball gets sent up mid again with a minute on the board. It's not looking too good.
Up to the corner, Taroko. Not going to be able to find his clear. Preston comes in, just manages to win that 50. Redirect back toward the goal. Just what the Broncos needed.
I'll eat my words, yeah.
It took a bad bounce off of, oh no, Durtho actually was the one who got the tap onto that. It also bounced off of Taroko, and again, it was that narrow win on the 50 by Preston that managed to set up that goal. So the Broncos are back in it with a minute left.
Ooh, Preston able to try and get control on the ball. Is going to get sent back mid again.
Preston keeps it away from Camby's.
Keeps the ball moving.
Taroko comes in. I thought the Broncos had it. Can they recover, though? Preston, no. Daunt gets a nice shot back toward the goal. Durtho's back to defend.
30 seconds left.
Preston comes in, back up toward the corner. Taroko playing keep away. Durtho plays it off the wall. It goes back over to Daunt. It's up for grabs for Preston. Take it away. He's gonna set himself up to save it more, and I think that's the decider right then and there. Camby's gets the goal.
Daunt is just an absolute menace. This entire team, I mean, they're not, I don't think they're all from Northwood, but like I'm getting serious Northwood energy.
Yeah, definitely that is the case, and with just 10 seconds left, looks like we are going as far as this game can go, going all the way to a Game 3. GGs will head out. And we see similar stats from the last game, total shots and ball control in favor of Leftovers over Boise State. And mainly it's been Daunt. I mean, not only being a main shot maker in Boise State, but the vast majority of saves that the Leftovers have gotten have been from him.
What else is, I mean, it just, I think at that point, as soon as that first goal went through for the Leftovers, it just, I think Boise State got a little desperate and just spent all of their assets just trying to get in on offense, and unfortunately left a major hole in their defense, allowing them to get another goal in. They've got to, I don't know, they've got to balance it out more, I guess.
Well, they did manage to hold the
They did.
leftovers for a good 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
I mean, we did. Yeah, no, actually, I think we were all the way toward the mid marker, 2 minutes 30 seconds before the first goal was even scored. So it's still very competitive. I mean, the Broncos aren't getting steamrolled here.
No, not even close.
But this is
it's very close.
Probably one of the most important minute breaks that they can take right here to get it together, discuss strategy, and come back with a vengeance to win it in the decider. Durtho comes in. Preston gets a demo onto Dawn. Take out the top player. I like the strategy off the backboard. Not going to quite find it, but the Broncos coming out swinging. For the first game, did they overextend themselves? However, Camby's, though, that's going to get deflected. Preston now in the goal, ready to defend. Will just eke out the save. Durtho comes in, trying to pass to Preston. Daunt will take it, intercept it, put a shot on the goal. Preston will stop a follow-up. Broncos, both teams, a bit extra energetic for the decider. I would have no other way. Durtho shot on goal. Saved by Daunt. Nice
Daunt
opportunity.
Is
He's too good.
Yeah, he's absolutely playing out of his mind right now. Durtho's going to take this and try and reroute it back. Avoids Taroko. Oh, avoids Camby's. They just got to get it past Daunt.
Almost gets it in.
They get it past Daunt.
All three team members had to be in there. You had to have Durtho getting right in the face of Daunt. It's like he's on Daunt duty. It's just keep him away from the ball. Let Preston and Woozy set it up themselves, and Boise State gets the first goal.
Man, that doesn't get more picture perfect than that. Getting past 1, 2, then 3. Now we're up a goal with 4 minutes left. Does take out Woozy.
I dare say we might be seeing a rivalry between Durtho and Daunt. They're like the two standing atop the mountains.
I mean, it's always stronger when there's alliteration as well. So.
Yes, there is, too. It's the perfect matchup made. Preston, though, going to try to set it up for Woozy. Durtho comes in, tries to put a shot on goal. It's high and slow, however. Easy for leftovers to stop. Right now, though, as long as Boise State keeps the side control going, they could theoretically take this all the way to the end of the round. But I'm pretty sure that they are not going to get complacent against a team like this. Preston instead going to take it toward the goal. Stopped by Daunt at the last moment. Durtho takes it away from him. Taroko elevates up, gets a touch. Woozy unable to get up there far enough. Camby's comes in, going to try to waterfall it down. Doesn't find it. Durtho keeps it in the corner.
He's going to try and send it back up. Not quite, and it's just going to be all-out defense for the side of Boise.
Rocco comes in, tries to get a dunk, and he's going to find it, equalizing things up. 3 minutes left, not even halfway through. And this also, I think Preston was the one who was trying to get it up, but Camby's, kind of similar to how Durtho did in Boise State's goal, just got right in his face, prevented him from elevating. It's so much of it is about the flashy shots on goal, the aerial acrobatics, but the key third pillar of that is disruption from your teammates. Woozy puts a shot onto the backboard, back over toward Preston. Shot up and in the center. Boise State isn't going to follow up on that for now. Shot back. Woozy takes it. Stopped by Taroko. Preston shot back toward mid. Either Durtho or Woozy. Instead, Preston takes it himself, runs right into Camby's. Taroko tries to take a shot on goal. Durtho will take it away from him before that can be the case.
Daunt's going to take control of this ball, make sure it's no longer on leftovers defense. Sent directly to Durtho, to Preston.
I saw the play there. I saw it,
too.
but leftovers also saw it, and they are able to put a stop to it. Both these teams reading each other like a book. Woozy trying to get the deflect, though. It goes over him. Now Boise State has to realign themselves. Preston goes in to pick up the boost, stops it in the corner. Camby's comes in looking for his centering, maybe to Taroko or Daunt, who are waiting. Demo onto both teams. Down to 2-2 for a few seconds before we get the respawn. Preston now comes in off the respawn, gets one touch for the save. Taroko coming in, flip reset, not able to find the goal. And Woozy winning a very crucial 50, but Daunt could still make a goal of this yet. Preston has to stop him. Will be able to deflect it enough. Now allow Durtho to have a chance of getting it clear.
It's just constantly in this Boise State defense. It's so hard to get it out of this zone.
Takes us one clear, though. That's what Doc always says. Just one big clear.
Well, I mean, just like that, it is now on leftover side.
Oh, Daunt. Kind of centering it himself.
Gets past Daunt. Gets past Oh,
No, Taroko reads it. Preston couldn't get to it. Durtho goes in, looking to center it to Uzi, right in the front, but Preston's too far back. And I understand Boise State does not want to get careless here. They don't want to push everyone past midfield marker. They aren't getting carried away. And I like the discipline. It's just, it's such a tough team to get past the leftovers.
Durtho's going to try and redirect this. Taroko going to take it, send it out towards goal. Woozy sending it back to the side. Gets past Daunt. He's able to get past... nah. Camby's takes it.
30 seconds left. Oh,
Daunt gets
demo onto Daunt. He'll respawn, though. Plenty of time. Camby's has possession of it. Plays it around one. Taroko! Oh, Woozy there with a clutch save. That's huge.
10 seconds. They just got to keep it alive, play for the overtime.
Did manage to win last overtime. Just 5 seconds left. And a shot. Oh, it's kept away from Daunt. And Daunt...
strategically.
Yeah, he strategically waits that out of the way to push it to overtime. He did not want to give the Broncos an opportunity. Durtho comes up on the cheek, almost gets a shot on the, almost gets the goal. That would have been so beautiful if the Broncos just ended there, then and there, but they can't have an easy win here. They gotta now go in for the long haul. Game 3 overtime to decide it.
Wait!
Oh!
Get over there! Thank you.
I saw my entire life flash before my eyes, and I'm not even playing right now.
Camby's is going to be taking it back to Taroko with the near straight shot on the center. Durtho
moves in, nice elevation, gets the double touch, trying to take it to the goal. Might be, no, it's too far back into the corner, but Woozy comes in, trying to center it again, playing keep away, ball too far up for a follow-up. Durtho coming, Durtho gets a shot on goal, past Taroko. But yeah, no, Taroko would have had it. Preston trying to deflect it, get some sort of sneaky shot, but it eludes them. But I like the side control from Boise State, just keep peppering the shots on.
I mean, it's just, you just got to keep the onslaught going.
Woozy has it! No! I thought he had it! No! What a save from Taroko! Leftovers hanging onto it by a fingernail. I thought for sure that was a goal.
I thought so too. That seemed so close. Taroko's going to take it all the way back to Boise State side. Preston not allowing that.
Durtho setting it up off the backboard. Woozy, no, can't get to it.
Ooh. Preston going up for another serve.
Stopping ball high up, though. Plenty of time for the Broncos to work with Woozy in the right position. Durtho gets it! After a nail-biting match, Durtho once again, the savior for Boise State in overtime. What a match. Oh my goodness. We bust out the defibrillator. We need the defibrillator up here. Dallin is slipping. Dallin's slipping away from us.
Wow. Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
That was one of the most hard-fought games I've ever seen.
It was.
It may have only been a best of 3, but man.
My nerves feel like it was a best of 7 that went to overtime all 7 games. You can see them. They're still catching their breath on stage there too. It is one of the closest matches ever, and the Broncos managed to pull out the victory in the end.
That was, my little heart can't take that no more. Wow. It was just hit after hit after hit. Just like the constant defending and into the constant offense. Man, it's just so hard. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's just an endurance fight. And it's like trying to hold back all of the stress that you've got going on in the back of your head. You just got to keep it all under control. It's so difficult.
It's quite a contrast to how we started out with Valorant. I mean, there are exciting, fun, action-packed moments in Valorant, but they're punctuated by, 30 seconds to a minute long of everyone. You get to catch your breath in that game. You don't get to catch your breath in Rocket League, especially the game we just saw.
No, that was just constant, just over and over and over again. Never a moment of just, okay, guys, let's take a breather for a second. Man. We made it through, though.
We did. I'm happy that we took this journey together and were able to support each other through it because I legitimately think one of us would have passed out.
I
Just
think-
one of us up here would have passed out. We'd be on the floor right now. Dallas already halfway there. All right, we need more than anything to get just a little bit of a breather. We'll have Durtho, who scored the game-winning goal, up here for an interview in a short bit, so don't go away. We'll take a very short break and then be back with a closing interview. Stops the follow-up
That
from coming
camera
through.
was stressing me out.
Sometimes the game just conspires against you to make you as nervous as you can, but we have full view of that goal. Sets it up for Durtho. It's a 1-2 punch. Woozy finds himself caught in the corner, but it's a perfect pass, just sliding right. And you try to go as far as you can to make it to qualifying. And at the professional level, when you're going up against top collegiate talent, and Northwood Preston gets another one, pushing Boise State to 2-0.
Wow. That was very sudden. It's not that was a did not go through for the leftovers. It is going to be sent back. Daunt with another shot, and it is going to go through. That's going to bring it up to 2-1.
You have two of the Broncos. Yeah, Preston, he goes in to try to contest the ball, but then realizes he has progress.
Durtho's going to send it to the other side, give them a little bit more momentum to try and push this thing up. It's going to get sent to
Shot
Durtho.
for Bonds. Oh! He finds it! Durtho, CRL Rookie of the Year, gets the winning goal for the Broncos in Game 1.
This is only one game, dog. Yeah, a little scared. Just a little bit.
I'm more scared about this one, but Woozy gets the save. Boise State coming in, and the first goal of the game will be scored by Daunt. Unrelenting pressure. Unrelenting pressure from leftovers right now. Not going to be able to find his clear. Preston comes in, just manages to win that 50 redirect back toward the goal. Just what the Broncos needed.
I'll eat my words. Yeah.
It took a bad bounce off of, oh no, Durtho actually was the one who got the tap onto that.
Back. Avoids Taroko. Oh, avoids Cambeast. They just got to get it past.
Oh, almost gets it
They
in.
get it past
Preston. All three team members had to be in there. You had to have Durtho getting right in the face of Daunt. It's like he's on Daunt duty. It's just keep him away from the ball. And we are back with one of the victorious team members, Durtho, fresh off of that win. What an incredible game. I mean, I have to ask, big picture, you know, in the RLCS qualifiers, where does that win place you now? What's the big picture?
I mean, we place, you know, we go to day 3 through uppers, which is huge. You know, being able to beat a team like Cam, Taroko, and Daunt, which are all very, very like high X players, is you know, is a really great accomplishment. So I'm really proud of the boys, you know, to see how far we come and to see, you know, what the future holds.
Well, you definitely kept us all at the edge of our seats. Sometimes the game just conspires against
both
you. As we look through some of the replays, take us through both the overtimes, because you were the one to score the goal in both overtimes. How did these goals transpire?
To be honest, it was just mainly like communication. You know, at the end of the day, like without communication, you're not going to win any game against anybody. And just communicate with my teammates where I am, and that, you know, to pass the ball, like where I am mid, and just to communicate effectively really helped me a ton to really score those overtime goals.
And really, you know, we were talking a little bit about it earlier. It kind of, you know, with the player, you know, Daunt had the most, a lot of the goals and the star plays. And some of the times it required all three of you to chip in. You know, one has to disrupt Daunt where the other two are playing off of each other.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Daunt's a beast. I mean, like, he kills it on the 2v2 top 100 leaderboard. He was just here when he went against Akron. Got to meet him, Matt. He's a really cool dude and a very solid player. So we just had to respect him, honestly. We had to respect all these players and understand, like, okay, these players are good. We need to disrupt them, especially Daunt, you know, because he's a very solid player. So I was kind of looking to bump him whenever I could or demo him whenever I could, and it proved to be effective.
So now as you move on to, you're in the uppers for day 3, so this is qualifying overall. So how far does that place you overall in terms of, like, actually qualifying?
We're top 28 right now. 48.
Would have been even better, but hey, top 40. I mean,
Yeah.
you're at the pro level, you know, and you're
Yeah.
already top 48. I mean, it's just insane the journey you've taken with the Broncos and this team, fresh off of, you know, last year and making it all the way to CRL Worlds, and now you're moving up to RLCS.
Yeah. No, it's really cool because at the end of the day, that's our goal. You know, Doc, you know, is an amazing guy. He provided us with this facility, and we love playing collegiate, but our end goal is to play pro, and, you know, we're just trying to facilitate this arena to make our lives a lot easier, you know, and play here, play in person, to be able to, you know, go pro.
Yeah, it's the dream that everyone has, going from college to pro, and I wish you the absolute best of luck going forward in that. I have to ask you about just one moment, because I was astounded in Game 3. I'll get you out on this. I was astounded in Game 3 because it seemed like Woozy had the shot. I mean, it seemed like Woozy had spiked it down into the goal, and it was just by a few inches that it didn't go in. How do you recover from moments like that? Because here on the desk, we're beside ourselves, can barely talk when it looks like a goal is that close, and then all of a sudden it isn't, and you have to snap back into it.
Yeah, honestly, you never celebrate until you actually see that somebody scored. So, like, whenever my teammate maybe misses a shot or throws a shot on and doesn't go in, it's all about our third man being able to, like, recognize that and, like, all right, so he missed the ball. Let's see what the opponent's going to do, how they're going to react to it. Or maybe somebody could follow up that touch, you know, off the backboard, or maybe it's close in. Somebody could dunk the opponent and, you know, force a goal on that.
All right, well, that will do it for us tonight. Thank you so much, Durtho, for joining us. Wishing you the best of luck going forward in the upper brackets. And we hope you all enjoyed the match back there at home. We'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. But for now, it's 3 for 3 for the Broncos. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Qualifying and in at the professional level when you're going up against top collegiate talent. And Northwood Reston gets another one, pushing Boise State to 2-0.
Wow. That was very sudden.
It's not Reston trying to get to it, but it was set up more for Daunton. That's a guard. And he'll punish the Broncos for it, making it dead even.
The Northwood flows through him. I felt it there. Wow, what an insane goal.
Oh, and just stops the follow-up.
That camera was stressing me out.
Sometimes the game just conspires against you to make you as nervous as you can, but we have full view of that goal. Sets it up for Durtho. It's a 1-2 punch. Woozy finds himself caught in the corner, but it's a perfect pass, just sliding right
back. Avoids Taroko. Oh, avoids Cam Beast. They just got to get it past.
Oh, almost gets it.
They get it past Dawn.
All three team members had to be in there. You had to have Durtho getting right in the face of Daunt. It's like he's on Daunt duty. It's just keep him away from the ball. Let progress.
Durtho's going to send it to the other side. Give them a little bit more momentum to try and push this thing up. It's going to get sent to Durtho.
Oh, he finds it. Durtho, CRL Rookie of the Year.
So now it's just going to be a 1v2. Prestige misses one. This is going to be... Oh, wait. Hold on a second. This suddenly looks a lot more feasible.
The sleeper ace that Prestige has been holding out on. Lands it.
No way. You kind of recognize it. No, there is no flank. So now it's just a matter of playing for the bomb. Oh, 2v2 becomes 2v1. But they can't find this Viper.
The DP swing around the corner. One shot lands it. What a flick! And all things even keel. A nice grenade. Even Scalasis in the corner. They move through the door. Rariana has it locked down, but they move through so quickly. Can he keep up as Showstopper's brought out? Catches Rariana. Utah State moving in for the defuse. Scalasis, though, has view on the board. Can he pick up the ace to get it for Boise State? He does! And Boise...
Try and take this. This site being very infamous is like the 50-50 with this update. It's become so much more difficult to try and push if you're just doing it directly.
They
And
try to go
yeah.
through the door, but what a great sideline. Rariana and Master have easy pickings for the Bronx.
It's still in Utah State's favor.
State has the gun advantage. Just wait. Oh, McBird still manages to fly through the smoke. Rariana bringing it down to a double. Can he get it? Dash is over. Trying, it's all in his hands. It's going to be a ring around the rose. Around the pillar. Lands the shot for the clutch.